I'm Dale Brisby, and I'm going to share with you 20 jobs that you can find on a ranch, and you are never going to guess the last 3. Now, Dale, what qualifies you to be the one to teach us on this? Well, I'll tell you, I am the world's greatest bull rider and cowboy. I'm the super puncher. That's why I'm going to tell you 20 jobs that you can find on this ranch, on any ranch. Now, what you need to keep in mind as I go through these jobs is that depending on the size of the ranch, that's going to determine not only how much you get paid, but also how many of these jobs that you have. The bigger the ranch, each one of these jobs might have a person for each of the job. The smaller the ranch, for instance, if you have 10 cows, all 20 of these jobs might be on one person. The number one job that I get offered is ranch manager. All right, typically they're going to be the one that gets paid the most outside of the owner of the ranch. And depending on the size of the ranch, you can look at making anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000 a year. So that ranch manager is going to be in charge of the year-to-year operations. He needs to see the big picture. Is the place making money? He's got to know everything about a cow, its gestation period, when the bulls need to go out. He needs to be in charge of all of that, as well as the business side and managing the money, managing the people. But our number 2 job is going to be the guy who really manages the people, and that's the wagon boss.
That big hole at the end of your rope is for catching them.
He answers to the manager, and the wagon boss is going to be in charge of setting up the crews, making sure that they're ready to brand in the spring.
All right, cows are done. Medicine's out. Okay.
Y'all ready?
Or wean in the fall, pick up bulls in the summertime. The wagon boss is going to be in charge of those day-to-day operations. That way the manager can tend to the big stuff. Now the wagon boss is going to make anywhere from $40,000, maybe $45,000 a year. Again, depending on the size of the ranch. Job number 3, you got your camper or just a cowboy. The reason we might call him a camper is because some of these ranches get so big that they're going to be spread out, and you've got to have a camp on one side of the ranch. Radiator Ranch is so big. We've got West Camp. It's actually east of headquarters. And then we've got Guacamole Camp.
Beautiful day at Guacamole Camp.
So you might place a cowboy at that place, and they live there and tend to those cows in the area. They need to be a good cowboy that can handle their horse, handle their cows, handle their country. They might make upwards of $35,000 a year, depending on benefits. It could be less if you go to including all the benefits. Number 4 is a horse trainer. This man needs to be very specialized in the area of horses, obviously. And the bigger ranches that have their own remudas, well, they're going to have somebody training those horses year round, getting them ready for maybe a sale, getting them ready to pass around the ranch. But essentially, this horse trainer needs to be okay with trotting in circles, because he's going to do that all day, every day. And he could make upwards of $45,000, maybe $40,000 a year, because he's got to have a very specific skill set. Number 5, feed crew. Some of these ranches have a grow yard or actually a full-on feed lot. There's gonna need to be somebody in a truck feeding all the time. Now that ain't gonna be Dale Brisby. Oh, son, I'm out there doing the romantic stuff, all right? I'm roping yearlings, I'm roping cows and getting in cow fights. Somebody needs to feed these cows. Let's look at somewhere around $30,000 to $35,000. Number 6 is your fencing crew. Now, this is a good entry-level job because you're going to need somebody on the crew that knows exactly how to build fence, but usually you can have 2 or 3 peons that, hey, this is their first summer.
We're almost done. I think Nick's still on that first wire.
We'll go get something to eat. While you're finishing up that T-post, we'll just come back and get you.
Yeah, you just come back and grab me when y'all is done.
Now, if you're on the lowest part of the fencing crew, you might not make any more than 20 a year. But if you are the man in charge, maybe you're making 30. Number 7, day worker. Now this man is going to be a subcontractor. He's getting written a 1099 at the end of the year, not a W-2. He brings his own insurance, his own truck, his own horse, his own cowboy hat, all right? He comes in to do the fun stuff, and he has the most freedom. Day workers come in during spring branding, fall weaning, calving out heifers, doctoring yearlings. But the day workers, they do have a lot of fun. However, they only get paid by the day. 2024, I'm going to guess somewhere around $165, $175 a day. Number 8, secretary. Somebody's got to do it. A smaller operation, this might be the owner's wife. But on a bigger operation, maybe it's a standalone person who makes $35,000 a year. Number 9, a veterinarian. You guys know better what they make than I do. Number 10, ranch security.
Security with attitude. Today.
Bigger place? Think about the King Ranch. It's a whole town. Of course they got cops down there.
Everybody it is!
So if you've got a skill set of former military, maybe you could go down to a big ranch like that and work security. Number 11, biologist. Hey, we got to have them. Where are the quail living? What do we need to do to make sure that they continue living on this place? Number 12, a mechanic. Always need a good one of those. Kevin Wayne. Thank you, my man. Number 13, trucker. We got to get these cows up and down the road. Jump in that truck, shift some gears, outlaw trucker. Maybe that joker might make $35,000 a year. Number 14, welder. Again, some of these jobs might overlap. You might be the mechanic and the welder. Number 15, a cook, possibly a camper's wife, a wagon boss's wife. Maybe it's a standalone job. Charlie Ferguson is a fantastic chuck wagon cook. You've also got Homer Robertson, and you've got Kent Rollins, another fantastic cook, and he does that year round. Number 16, cow dog. Come on, Cole Snyder. I guess that technically is a job. Yes, that is one of the 20 jobs. You could be a cow dog. Number 17, another good entry-level job, the media person, especially with all these ranches that are now going direct to consumer with their beef.
Brisby beef, available at delbrisby.com.
I personally get calls every now and then from ranches saying, hey, can we send you some of our beef? We're selling online now. I don't know why you wouldn't. Sell your beef directly to the public. Capture all that margin in the middle. However, you got to have people's attention. So what do they need? Social media. So that might be your end to go work on one of these ranches is social media. Number 18 is a pilot. That one's unusual. That's out of left field, but a lot of these big ranches, they do have helicopters, planes, what have you, that they're using year round. Especially in South Texas, they're going to have a helicopter to go around that brush and let these cowboys know where cows are, help them get them out of the brush. That is a specialized job on a ranch. Number 19 is a farmer. You always got to have somebody planting wheat, getting ready for these cold snaps in the wintertime. So that, again, is a job you're not going to find Dale Brisby doing. I might get in a tractor to pull out a truck that has a trailer attached to it full of horses so I could get back to ranching. But I'm not going to be farming. Finally, number 20, the last job. Some of you probably saw this coming. I've got several of those positions open on my ranch, and that is an intern. This job is at the end because it pays the least, because it's usually a person that's learning. So if you're interested in getting a job on a ranch, but you don't know anything, you could go apply to be an intern. And if they don't have interns, then tell them to hire you as one and make up the position on that ranch. Because a lot of these places, they always have jobs that they don't want to do. For instance, here on this ranch, I don't want to clean out my burn bin. But if you were to show up in my driveway and to offer to do that for free in exchange for riding lessons,
when you told me I got to ride a horse, I didn't think you'd be on it too.
or how to saddle a horse or how to ride a bull, I would gladly let you do that. Not today, because now I have 8 interns. But for a ranch that doesn't, that's a job you can apply for to get into the industry. Any of these jobs that you find yourself having a niche in, having a skill set in, education in, you can find a way, get on a ranch and apply those to possibly getting a job. Those are 20 jobs and what they pay on a ranch. I hope that helps you in your endeavors. I know as influencers, we make jokes. A lot of you have been asking about my skincare routine when nobody's really asking about your skincare routine. It's never more true than when Dale Brisby says, a lot of people ask me how to get started ranching. That's why I made this video, for you guys to learn the jobs and potentially maybe go try to find one. The other thing you can do is watch every single Dale Brisby video that's ever been made. Like, subscribe, and comment. Not to mention wear Dale wear. That's going to give you a lot of street cred if you show up to one of these ranches, because I guarantee you they know Dale Brisby. So go to rodeotime.com. Check out all the deals you can feels. We've got a cart reward feature where you spend $50, you're going to get a free cap. We've also got the JB Mooney apparel, Bucktown, Kai Hamilton apparel. So check out rodeotime.com. And a big thank you to all my sponsors: Can-Am Side-by-Sides, Total Feeds, Rock and Roll Denim, American Hats, and Mountain Ops Supplements. Thank you all for watching. Pow pow and on to the next one.